Hello there, and welcome back. Tonight we will settle into a gentle exploration of McDonald's nutrition facts in a calm journey intended to help you unwind and drift off, all while we examine the subtle science behind some of the most iconic fast food menu items in the world. Perhaps you've found yourself curious about how these familiar burgers, fries, and sandwiches interact with the human body. Or maybe you simply want a soothing narrative to walk you toward rest. In either case, let's begin by quietly envisioning a softly lit laboratory countertop, where a meticulous food scientist might delicately place a McDonald's hamburger under a warm glow, taking note of how each ingredient comes together like a small ecosystem of flavors, textures, and nutrients. When we talk about nutrition in the context of fast food, one of the first things that may come to mind is the interplay of macronutrients, the proteins, fats, and carbohydrates that are primary drivers of energy in the human body. McDonald's menu items, from the humble cheeseburger to the signature Big Mac, typically rely on some combination of a bun, a protein source, and condiments or special sauces that not only provide extra flavor but also contribute to the total caloric load. The bun supplies carbohydrates, usually refined wheat flour combined with additives that lend softness, structure, and a distinctive taste. This outer shell is carefully formulated so it can hold up to the sauces and burger patties without succumbing to sogginess too quickly. Food scientists pay attention to qualities like moisture content and gluten development, aiming to create a consistent experience whether you're eating in a bustling restaurant or on the go. The beef patty itself, central to McDonald's classic burgers, offers protein, fats, iron, and other minerals vital for various bodily functions. Protein in particular is used by the body to build and maintain muscles, regulate enzymes and hormones, and support the immune system. The interplay between the protein content of a beef burger and the carbohydrates in the bun helps sustain your energy, at least for a certain period before the body begins to crave another meal. Fats also supply energy, in addition to providing that satisfying sense of mouthfeel when you take a bite. From a metabolic standpoint, when McDonald's scientists fine-tune the ratio of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, they're aiming for a pleasant balance, working toward that taste people recognize so readily. As we move deeper into our quiet reflection, imagine gently lifting the top bun to reveal the layering of flavors beneath. You might see a swirl of sauces such as ketchup, mustard, or the special sauce in a Big Mac, each containing varying amounts of sodium, sugars, and other flavor compounds. Ketchup carries a bit of sweetness from high fructose corn syrup or sugar, as well as the mild tang of tomato paste and vinegar. Mustard brings the pungent warmth of ground mustard seeds and a salty undertone. The Big Mac's secret sauce unites a creamy base with savory notes from pickles, onion, and spices, conjuring a multi-layered gustatory experience that food scientists have tested across innumerable taste panels. Meanwhile, the pickles perched in the sandwich introduce acidity, a brightness that helps cut through the richness of the meat and sauce, while onion bits convey an additional element of pungency or gentle sweetness if grilled or dehydrated. All these components are balanced with sodium, which stands out as an important aspect of fast food development. Sodium not only enhances flavor but also has functional roles, for instance in controlling microbial growth and retaining water in meats. However, sodium intake is something that many health professionals advise monitoring, as high levels might contribute to certain health concerns for some individuals. From a purely scientific perspective, sodium's function in fast food is about securing a consistent taste, preserving the moisture and texture in items like patties or fried chicken, and ensuring that the finished product has a reliably long shelf life from a production line to the moment someone opens the paper wrap. Imagine in your mind's eye the gentle sizzle of a burger patty as it meets a grill, the protein strands coagulating and browning through the Maillard reaction. This reaction, a pinnacle of flavor chemistry, involves proteins and reducing sugars, resulting in that distinct brown crust we associate with a grilled or seared piece of meat. The Maillard reaction helps develop a savory taste often called umami, reinforcing the deliciousness of a burger. Since McDonald's needs each burger to taste and look similar all over the world, scientists and supply chain managers work together to source beef with specific fat ratios, ensuring that each patty is uniform in size and composition. We might now consider classic menu items like the filet-o-fish or a crispy chicken sandwich. Fish is in many diets a valuable source of protein and can include healthy fats such as omega-3 fatty acids, depending on the fish variety. McDonald's filet-o-fish patty is typically made with white fish like pollock, which is relatively mild in flavor, breaded and fried to develop a crisp exterior. The frying process locks in moisture but also increases the total fat and calorie content of the sandwich. Meanwhile, the chicken sandwich might rely on breast meat or a combination of white and dark meats, depending on the recipe, battered and fried similarly to the fish. In each case, scientists carefully choose the kind of flour, starch and seasoning for the batter to achieve a certain desired crispiness, color and taste, all while factoring in how the item will hold up under heated lamps or a short commute from the drive-through window. Each bite reveals a calculated combination of texture and flavor that has been tested extensively to meet a standard of quality across thousands of locations. Then we can shift our calm attention to the realm of French fries, possibly one of the most iconic components of a McDonald's meal. These slender sticks of potato have grown synonymous with fast food culture, and behind them sits a carefully refined process that starts long before the potatoes arrive in a store. The cultivation of potato varieties selected for their starch-to-water ratio, shape and ability to handle freezing is paramount, as is the meticulous peeling, cutting and blanching procedure, all performed in facilities designed to maintain consistency. The potatoes are partially fried and then frozen, waiting to be crisped in restaurant fryers. The frying process subjects these sticks to hot oil that drives out water and promotes the browning reactions, imparting that signature crisp outer layer while keeping the interior soft and fluffy. Salt is typically sprinkled over the fries immediately after frying, allowing it to stick to the surface. This moment, where hot oil vapor rises and meets a dusting of fine salt, locks in a flavor that many find almost irresistible. From a nutritional perspective, French fries provide carbohydrates from the potato, along with a considerable amount of fat absorbed during frying. The interplay of those macronutrients and the salt content can create a flavor combination that can be particularly impactful on cravings. In addition, scientists are keenly aware of how mouthfeel and aroma contribute to the overall experience. Subtlety in the oil type, the temperature and the final salting all coalesce to craft that familiar sensation you feel when biting into a fresh fry. Before moving onward, it can be helpful to recall that these foods are often constructed through repeated trials, examining factors such as moisture content, pH levels, crispness and overall palatability. McDonald's invests in extensive taste evaluations where individuals rate products on texture, appearance and taste, fine-tuning ingredients in minuscule increments until a preferred formula is reached. Meanwhile, quality assurance teams routinely test random samples to verify that each batch aligns with the brand's established standards. If we allow our minds to meander around this softly lit laboratory scenario, we might picture test tubes of sauces, small scales measuring the exact ratio of a burger's components, and even the quiet hum of temperature sensors ensuring that cooking environments remain optimal. This studious atmosphere underscores not just the novelty of being part of a global fast food chain, but the rigor that goes into building consistency in taste from one location to the next. Whether a customer walks into a McDonald's in their hometown or on another continent, the Big Mac is expected to taste remarkably familiar. That sense of consistency has become an integral part of McDonald's global identity, and it hinges on science guiding everything from ingredient selection to cooking techniques. Now let's bring our awareness to another layer of detail: the menu's sweet offerings. Milkshakes, soft-serve ice cream, and McFlurries are confections constructed on the foundation of dairy or dairy-like bases, sugar and stabilizers that help create a smooth and creamy texture. In essence, scientists look at how milk proteins, fats and sugars interact as they whisk air into these concoctions, forming micro-bubbles that help produce a lighter, more velvety mouthfeel. The flavors, be it vanilla, chocolate or the swirl of a candy mix-in, are carefully balanced to avoid being excessively sweet, while still appealing to a broad range of palates. Stabilizers, such as gums or emulsifiers, keep the mixture from separating, ensuring that it exits the machine at just the right consistency. Even details like the temperature at which the dessert is served have been studied to produce the signature swirl that feels comforting and familiar. From the body's perspective, the sugar in these desserts supplies simple carbohydrates that can cause a relatively quick release of energy. Coupled with the fat present in the milk or cream, the body experiences a brief sensation of fullness or satisfaction, though that may not last very long. Scientists and dietitians observing how sugar interacts with insulin note that sweet treats can trigger a temporary rise in blood sugar, which may return to baseline after some time, depending on one's metabolism and overall health. But remember, we're here for a measured, evidence-based look without judgment, merely recognizing how each nutrient can fit into our body's metabolic puzzle. Another dimension open to gentle exploration is how McDonald's occasionally reformulates or customizes its offerings to meet regional preferences. For instance, in areas where local tastes might favor spicier flavors, McDonald's may introduce a sandwich with additional chili or pepper. In places with a strong tradition of rice-based meals, they might adapt their menu to include rice dishes or region-specific sauces. These adjustments involve research and development teams analyzing local cuisines, taste preferences, and dietary norms, ensuring that in each territory, the balance of macronutrients and flavor profiles resonates with local communities, while still aligning with the hallmark McDonald's identity. All the while, the nutritional essence, the interplay of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, and salt, remains a central pillar guiding how each dish is assembled. If we shift our focus to beverages, even something as simple as a fountain soda has a well-studied approach behind it. The ratio of syrup to carbonated water is measured precisely, while temperature is controlled to keep the drink cold enough to maintain carbonation and deliver a refreshing taste. The syrups themselves contain sugars or sweeteners, flavor extracts and acids like phosphoric or citric acid that lend a tangy brightness. When a customer sips a cola alongside a burger and fries, that crisp effervescence is the product of scientific calibration, ensuring consistency from the first sip to the last. Some McDonald's locations also offer bottled or other drink options, the nutritional content of which depends on whether it's sweetened or unsweetened, contains caffeine, or includes fruit concentrates. Each of these beverages interacts differently with the palate, potentially affecting how the food tastes. For instance, the carbonation can cleanse or refresh the mouth, making each new bite of a savory or salty meal taste almost as fresh as the first. Turning our thoughts now to how your body responds once the meal is eaten. When you consume a burger, fries, and perhaps a soft drink, your brain, stomach, and intestines work in concert. Proteins are broken down into amino acids, which cells can use for a range of bodily functions, including muscle repair and enzyme production. Carbohydrates from the bun, potatoes, or sugary sources are metabolized into glucose for immediate energy, or stored for later if intake exceeds current energy demands. Fats, meanwhile, are broken down into fatty acids and glycerol, which the body can store in adipose tissue or utilize for energy once carbohydrate resources run low. Sodium, which is higher in many fast food meals than in home-cooked counterparts, plays a crucial role in regulating fluids and maintaining proper nerve and muscle function. However, when salt intake is excessive for prolonged periods, some people might experience issues such as fluid retention or raised blood pressure. Still, our approach here is to calmly understand how these nutrients function rather than draw blunt conclusions about health. In a sense, the entire process of formulating McDonald's menu items revolves around taste, texture, and consistency, while also tangentially touching the realm of nutritional science. By investigating how a soft bun cooperates with a savory patty, how fries maintain their crisp golden shell, or how milkshakes achieve their velvety mouthfeel, we can see layers of chemistry and biology converging in a single bite. Even something as subtle as the aroma released when you open a paper sack of food has a role in shaping your perception of taste, thanks to the olfactory receptors in the nose that handle airborne molecules. Food researchers devote time to these details, carefully measuring the release of volatile compounds from freshly cooked foods. As we trace our way through this nutritional landscape, consider also that McDonald's, like many large chains, provides detailed nutrition facts on their website and in-store, detailing calories, total fat, saturated fat, carbohydrates, protein, sodium, and more. This data reflects what's found in a standardized product. Slight deviations might arise in day-to-day restaurant operations, but the guidelines provide a baseline for those curious about how a meal fits into their overall dietary picture. Some might use that information to keep track of protein intake, monitor carbohydrates, or limit sodium, while others might simply find it fascinating to see how each menu item compares to another. Regardless, the numbers serve as a gateway for further questions into how the various macronutrients and micronutrients shape our everyday eating experiences. While we ponder these points, it can also be interesting to consider how different cooking processes within the chain affect the nutrient breakdown. Grilling a piece of chicken for a premium sandwich might preserve a certain nutrient profile distinct from deep frying a breaded fillet. In that sense, the chain's menu can reflect multiple cooking methods, offering a range of textures and flavors. One might pick a grilled chicken sandwich, opting for potentially less total fat and fewer calories than a crispy fried version, or order a salad with grilled chicken for an even different nutritional shift, receiving fiber from lettuce and vegetables alongside lean protein. The development of these menu additions sometimes springs from consumer demand for lighter or alternative options. Each time McDonald's introduces a new item, it undergoes substantial product testing, from the lab to small market trials, ensuring that it can be prepared consistently and that flavors align with what the brand stands for. Even the type of lettuce used in salads is deliberate: iceberg for its crispness, romaine for added nutrients, or a spring mix for color variety. Balanced dressing flavors might subtly highlight the vegetables without overpowering them. From a nutritional standpoint, salads can supply vitamins and minerals absent or limited in standard burger and fries meals, though adding cheese, croutons, or rich dressings can shift the overall. All of these choices feed into the broader picture of how consumer preferences guide product lines, in tandem with corporate strategies that emphasize consistency and brand heritage. Sliding over to the realm of special limited time offerings, you might recall certain seasonal sandwiches, pies, or shakes. These additions often reflect either a festive occasion or a nod to unique ingredients that excite customers for a short period. Once again, considerable research goes into ensuring that any new creation, no matter how fleeting, still meets standards for taste and reliability. Food scientists test how well these offerings cope with variables, like differences in local produce or shipping conditions, so that no matter where it is launched, it can still be recognized instantly as a McDonald's product. This cyclical process of research, testing, launching, analyzing feedback, and adjusting the formula underscores the continuous dance between innovation and tradition that defines fast food development. Now, if you're still awake, perhaps you can let your imagination stroll through the quiet corridors of a test kitchen, where golden light catches the gentle contours of a freshly assembled burger. You might notice nutrition information displayed on monitors, graphs that reflect how each potential tweak would shift the overall distribution of carbs, proteins, and fats. The hush in the air is occasionally broken by the hiss of a grill, the beep of a fryer, or the gentle clacking of researchers typing notes from their taste impressions. This scientific approach teeters between artistry and accuracy. The artistry resides in balancing the flavors, while the accuracy lies in ensuring that each bite is consistent from batch to batch in labs around the globe. Countless hours go into perfecting the slight tang in a sauce, the crispness of a French fry, or the fluffiness of a bun, all of which shape how your body and mind perceive the meal. Even color can sway a diner's perspective, so McDonald's and their scientific teams keep watch on how different ingredients might the visual appeal. They consider how the brightness of lettuce might look next to a tomato slice, and how to maintain that color through a certain window of time. On the subject of metabolism, think about how, as the meal gradually moves through your digestive system, the body orchestrates enzymes and gastric fluids to break down each macronutrient, eventually sending them through the bloodstream where they find their respective roles in providing energy, supporting cell repair, or simply being stored for future use. The mix of protein from the patty, carbs from the bun, and fats from the sauce or cheese typically leads to a feeling of satiety, though the duration of that fullness can vary from person to person. Some might find themselves hungry again fairly quickly if they're accustomed to a varied diet with added fiber or more balanced meals, while others might feel satisfied for a longer stretch. The subtlety of how your brain interprets flavors, the satiety signals your stomach sends, and the nutritional signals your bloodstream carries, all contribute to our broader understanding of how fast food fits into life.
Of course, it's also worth mentioning that other micronutrients like vitamins and minerals appear in lesser or greater amounts depending on the product. A slice of tomato or a leaf of lettuce can contribute vitamins A and C, while a beef patty can provide minerals like iron and zinc. These elements, though less talked about in the broader marketing of fast food, still weave their way into the tapestry of your dietary intake. As you continue winding down, drifting in and out of this gentle narrative, you might glean a deeper appreciation for the complexity behind every standard McDonald's meal. Far from simply throwing ingredients together, there is a finely tuned system at work, governed by the knowledge of chemistry, biology, and consumer research, all culminating in that distinctive taste millions recognize. The brand's evolution over time, from its early days of a limited menu to its vast global presence, is a testament to its ability to adapt to shifting consumer preferences and regulatory landscapes, all the while preserving a core set of iconic items. By thinking about the nutritional balance, how proteins, fats, and carbohydrates converge, how sodium serves as both a flavor enhancer and a preservative, and how sweetness can be used to tie flavors together, we become more attuned to the mechanisms that shape not just McDonald's meals, but many foods in our lives. In a quiet sense, we can remind ourselves that everything from how a burger patty is seasoned to the ratio of ice to syrup in a drink is subject to rigorous testing. Every step of production from the farm to the fryer is calibrated to ensure a specific taste and texture. This intangible dance between consistency and taste is repeated in countless labs and kitchens around the globe. Even the packaging, thoughtfully designed to keep your fries warm or to prevent your burger bun from losing too much moisture, reflects this attention to detail. So as we approach the final moments of our restful exploration, allow yourself to quietly appreciate the artistry of flavor balance and the physiologic interplay that follows when you take a bite. Whether you see these meals purely as convenience, occasional indulgence, or culinary curiosity, understanding the underlying science can deepen our awareness of how food interacts with the body. From the precise ratio of flour to water in the bun, to the temperature at which fries become crispy, and the intricate swirl of sweet and savory notes in the condiments, each element has been orchestrated with purpose. And in this calm reflection, you might feel a slow wave of relaxation envelop you, knowing that science, in its steadfast nature, underlies so many of the foods we encounter, whether prepared at home or plucked from a quick-stop drive-through. Thank you for joining me on this quiet journey through the macronutrient profiles, the cooking methodologies, and the measured way these ingredients connect. May this knowledge serve as a modest lullaby to your racing thoughts, softly guiding you toward rest. Now let the stillness of the evening embrace you, and may you find a gentle, refreshing sleep as these ideas about the chemistry of fast food calm your mind. Until next time, sleep well and good night.